What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former unified three-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr., right, is now 28 wins, 1 loss, no draws. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Errol Spence Jr. suffered the first loss and setback of his career July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, when he took on and lost to now undefeated 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and the reigning unified welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, in Terence "Bud" Crawford. That took place July 29th. That was a fight that was highly anticipated. It was a 50-50 fight on paper, if there ever were one. This was it. 2 undefeated top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. And the fight itself wasn't as competitive as it was anticipated. It was anticipated to be a competitive fight, and it turned out not to be a competitive fight. Terence Crawford dominated the fight. It was a one-sided fight where Terence Crawford absolutely dominated the fight. He dropped Errol Spence in the second round, twice in the 7th, and then stopped him in the 9th. With that said, afterwards, Errol Spence, he stated, "I wouldn't give you guys an excuse even if I had one, but I want the next fight to be at 154 in December." Errol Spence went under the radar. Now, 6 to 7 months later, Errol Spence resurfaces. And he says he's back. He's back on social media. He's back all the way around. And Errol Spence started to give a list of reasonings why he wasn't successful that night. He said that he had a cataracts over his right eye, that he had to have surgery. He suffered a broken rib, that he couldn't get, he didn't get approved for the injections until a week before the fight. And he couldn't spar a month out from the fight, so he couldn't fully prepare. And so he stated that also he wasn't living a fighter's lifestyle, and it finally caught up to him. And he stated that, why you think I was getting hit with the jabs and hooks so much I couldn't see? Now they have an immediate rematch already signed, sealed, and ready to be delivered. Terence Crawford responded to this, and he says, "Now I done heard it all from Errol Spence Jr. I heard everything I needed to hear. Now, good luck to you on your future. I'm glad it's over with. I'm glad it's done. Peace." Essentially saying, I'm not rematching, right? Because there's going to be tons of rhymes and reasons and excuses as to why you lost, right? And so with that said, then Errol Spence responded to Terence Crawford. And he said, "Get out your emotions. Stop being emotional and run it back," is what Errol Spence had to say. So to be exact, what they both stated, right, is Errol Spence said, "Stop being emotional, right? Get out your feelings and run it back." Terence Crawford, he said, "I've heard it all now from Errol Spence. I'm glad it's over with and done. I wish you well in your future, bro." Obviously telling him it's over. Well, Errol Spence is saying, "Get out your feelings and run it back." Now, here's the thing. If you're Terence Crawford and if you're Errol Spence, right? if you're Terence Crawford, you feel slighted right now, right? Because ultimately, you're not getting credit for what you accomplished, right? Because it's backhand compliments. He said, well, you still, you still put on a great performance, but there's always a but. So Terence Crawford is not going to get his just dues. And all of these injuries are more than likely a reflection on Errol Spence's horrific car accident that he suffered October of 2019. The eye injury, he suffered a broken and detached retina where he had to have surgery on that saw him removed from the Manny Pacquiao fight August of 2021. Now he has cataracts on the same eye that's covering his eye. So he has to have, surgery to remove the cataracts. He says he didn't live a fighter's lifestyle this entire time. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you didn't live a fighter's lifestyle. That means your body is rejecting all of the abuse it took as you trying to perform to the highest level of your abilities. It's not responding, right? That's what that means ultimately. And how does it benefit Terence Crawford to take a fight right now, rematch, when you said that you had a broken rib and you couldn't fully prepare to the best of your abilities? So that means that he didn't do a good job. He didn't win, right? He had an unfair advantage. You had a broken rib, you couldn't spar, you couldn't fully prepare, and you couldn't get the injections till a week before the fight. That hindered you. You had cataracts before the fight that prevented you from being able to see, definitely out your peripheral, as you stated, why you couldn't see the hooks and the jabs. And then you want the fight to be at 154 because you struggled to make the weight. Terence Crawford wins the rematch. What credit is he going to get? Because now people are just going to say that, well, you know what? He was damaged goods. Errol Spence was damaged goods. Terence Crawford is in a lose-lose situation. Errol Spence is in a win-win situation. After that performance that Errol Spence displayed, not many people expect him to be competitive, let alone beat Terence Crawford. And after he's saying he's going through these multiple eye injuries, and you want the weight to be at a higher weight. Well, how do we know you suffered a broken or detached retina, had that fixed? Now you're suffering cataracts. So how do you know that in the rematch, your eyes are going to be good? We don't know that. Right? So it doesn't benefit Terence Crawford. He's in a lose-lose situation. He wins, he was supposed to win. He loses, well, Errol Spence did the unthinkable. So when people say that, sending me this saying Errol Spence is telling Terence Crawford, get out his feelings, Terence Crawford being emotional, he's not being emotional. These things, I have no doubt, again, like I said, I have zero doubt that Errol Spence had a broken rib. I'm sure he did. I have zero doubt that Errol Spence was suffering from the cataracts. I'm sure he did. I have zero doubt, and I have proof, and I showed you guys that he ran up the mountain July 25th, 4 days before the fight. We know that. I have zero doubt that Errol Spence struggles to make 147. Zero doubt. But if you were suffering from all of these things, you should have pulled out the fight. And if you didn't, the world should know about it. They should not have known about it. It's one thing to say, man, I hurt my hand, but I still went into the fight. But you had broken ribs, couldn't spar, couldn't prepare for it correctly. You were struggling to make the weight, and you couldn't see. You shouldn't have took the fight. How is that Terence Crawford being emotional? when he's feeling slighted. If you took that, you was daring to be great and you was a warrior, cool. The world should not have known about it. You should just be like, I'm going back to the lab. I'm going to get the eye corrective surgery. I won't have a broken rib. I will be fully prepared, and let's have the fight at 154. The world didn't need to know about it. The world was notified about it to discredit Terence Crawford, period. That's it. That's all. And that's all I got for y'all. So let's see what direction Terence Crawford goes in. Let's see how this contract situation works out. Let's see what happens next. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all, I'm gone. Peace.